Yo, what's up, people? It's Big Mike coming at you. And today I want to play Mythbuster because I have heard this subject come up, especially doing what I do now. I've heard this subject come up a ton, and I want to just knock this out. I want to bring the truth and shed some light on some things. So, anybody that knows me knows that I'm heavy into resources, using my resources, and my wife and I were presented with an opportunity a little while ago. And it was a valuable resource. Our resource said, listen, here's this concept, you guys have it, it's right in front of you, you're gonna eat off of it, or you're gonna let it go to waste. My wife and I decided to just jump head first. We said we're gonna eat, we're gonna lick the plate clean. And just kind of fast forward, and this was a little while back, fast forward, and now our household makes a side income, and it's gave us great relief. And I'm so glad and grateful that we were presented with this opportunity. And so just to kind of give you a little detail. So, you hear about, I'm sure you guys have heard about pyramid schemes, right? Well, I knew nothing about network marketing, a couple of years ago. I heard about the companies. I saw guys driving around in Ferraris occasionally, but I didn't know how or what the heck they were doing. Like, I just assumed that they were, criminals, or stepping on somebody's neck to get to where they needed to be at, because you don't see it often. You don't see the guys doing that. And so, that was the first mistake I learned is, you don't judge someone's success on their business by what they got going on. You definitely don't want to do that because you could miss out on a fantastic opportunity. Let me just say that. But, so anyway, just to kind of give you a little background, the organization that I'm with, fantastic organization. I couldn't be happier about my situation and where we're going as a team. Our team is growing by ridiculous numbers every single week. And so I was presented with this thing about maybe a year ago now. It's 2017, March 2017. I was presented with this opportunity about a year ago. They chased me about it. I was like, it's not for me, because I knew that they were, in the pyramid scheming of things. And so the thing about that is this, I said I was going to be a Mythbuster, so here it goes. With pyramid schemes, it's unfortunate because there were guys, I read story, I even did history research on it. There were guys back in the 70s, 60s and 70s who literally started, I wouldn't even say a business, because it wasn't a business, because a business has a service or a good. It has a service or good or a product that they give to the buyer, right? These guys, these guys that were developing these pyramid schemes, they got the idea, the scheme, from a guy named something Ponzi back in like the mid 1800s, I believe is what it was. But this guy literally would take people's money, and in short, he would hold it for a while and tell them, I'm going to give you back this amount of money, which was a greater amount than what that person lent, and he would not do that. And this man created in the mid 1800s, you talking about millions of dollars. You convert that into 2017, this man made a lot of money in a short amount of time. And so he was the original or bad name or he's the one that gave network marketing the very first bad name. And then so there were guys that copycatted that in the 60s and 70s, and there was big schemes about it. But here's the kicker. Here's where things change. Here's where you need to open your ears up. Network marketing, there's actually a product, a good, or a service that's offered in return. So there's still the concept of team building, but now we've opened up the avenue for you to make some good cash off of product sales as well. And so, once I understood that concept, and I again saw how the guys that I was surrounded with were operating. Let me tell you something. I was around when they were recruiting me and they were trying to get me to go to all these events and all this other stuff. They literally, it was so cool because I'd be like, hey babe, I'm gonna go hang out with so and so, and I'd go to a restaurant and we'd have a great time. We're sitting around laughing, drinking, eating for about an hour and a half, talking business, talking whatever. And then, the next thing you know, they're asking, one guy's, the waiter comes and asks for the, well, is the bill going to be separate or single? And, they all are willing to take it on one bill. They're like arguing who's going to pay for it. And I'm like, there's like 12 of us. Even $10 a piece is $120. I'm looking like, But that is who I was around. And these guys you're talking 28 to about 40. These guys are retired, literally retired. And when I say retired, I mean they don't have to clock in for anybody. And it's all because they decided, okay, I'm not going to sit around. I'm not going to I'm not going to go to a job that I don't like. I'm not going to go to a job that I come home with migraines because I'm on the phone all day dealing with people whining and complaining about stuff it's so irrelevant. I'm not going to go to a job where I'm standing all day and my feet hurt when I get home. They're not going to do that. They're not going to go to a job where they're making somebody else's pockets fat and they're collecting chump change, relatively speaking. And they decided to take that dive like my wife and I did. And my wife and I have plans. Again, I say, we have a side income now because we actually put in the work for I don't want to say a couple of months, a few months of hard work. That way outweighs, that's more favorable than working, 20 plus years at a job to get, people find benefits and, 401k and all that crazy stuff. No, I don't want that. Unfortunately, I'm a generation of we want it now. However, I got that fine line. I know how to put the work in. So, no shots fired. I'm just saying. But, we did that. We took advantage and it has paid us in well amount. And I'm not talking about just money, even though again, we're getting side income. I'm talking about time with each other. Now I don't have to work overtime to, suffice to pay the whatever, electric, cable bill, whatever it is. That was our goal. We needed an outlet to help us out. And we found that. Thank God we found that. And so now we are starting to see things are starting to grow for us because of this pyramid scheme that they talk about, the unsuccessful ones that don't put in the work. And which reminds me, I wanted to touch on this too. You hear those naysayers out there, and I'm sure because network marketing it's climbing the ladder. This is what everybody's doing now. It's climbing the ladder. And so, because everybody's getting that idea that they don't want to work for anybody else and make somebody else's pockets fatter while they collect chump change. But you hear those naysayers say, man, that network marketing it's not for me. It's not, it's whack, man. It's not real, I'm sitting there looking like, I do this. So you're talking to me and you're telling me it's not working. So I mean, in my head, I'm like, my gears start to churn. I started to put two and two together with a lot of people that I heard talk negative about network marketing. I heard the common theme here is, man, I talk to everybody. This is almost verbatim from what I hear. I talk to everybody, man. There's nobody's going for this stuff. Or, yeah, I talk to my mother and my father and my brother and my best friend, and they don't want to do it because they're just not feeling it. Joe, you said you talked to, wait, we're going to recap this. You talked to everybody, correct? You said your mother, father, your best friend. It was like somebody else. So that was 4 people. So you're telling me that you only know 4 out of 10 billion people in the world, you only know 4 people, and you consider that everybody, right? Let me ask you something. I'm going to keep it real short. I'm trying to keep it short. I'm trying to keep this video under 10 minutes. But, so you're telling me we got 10 billion people in the world, and out of those 10 billion, the only ones that believe in this company are myself and my partner? No. That's not how things work. I'm gonna paint a picture for you guys. All right, so first of all, McDonald's. We use McDonald's for starters. McDonald's did not grow their business to $1 trillion a year corporation by showing 4 people. Guarantee that. I can guarantee that. They might have showed that one person, that one big investor, and that big investor said, I love this idea. I'm gonna show this to the masses. You build, McDonald's build. And we can even correlate that to pyramid. So McDonald's is a pyramid scheme. I'm gonna show you why. All right. So you start here at the very top. That was the creator of McDonald's, right? And then you trickle down here to the investor. That was that first guy. And you trickle over here, that other guy, that investor, he went and found another investor. So now you got you, the McDonald's creator, you got that first investor, where we at? Right there. And you got that second investor. And it just trickles down from there. So now down here, you got managers. You got, supervisors. Down here, you got the workers. Okay, so if you visualize that, what shape does that take? Mike, it's a triangle, Mike. McDonald's is a pyramid scheme too. Okay, let's go Walmart. Same concept. Guy started with one store. Okay, showed it to an investor. Same thing. Trickle down, managers, supervisors, shift leads, whatever you want to call it, employees, all the way to the bottom. Draw that shape again. Finding some correlation here. Listen, we can even go church. I'm taking it to church. Check it out. So you get your pastor. Your pastor has this vision, right? Pastor draws up this church, big, beautiful church, mega church. And, you know, he shows it to his childhood friend and the future deacon. And that was it. And all of a sudden they got a mega church. No, it's not how it works. He went to, probably the pastor was here, idea, went to his wife, his wife went to, the first lady of another church. And all of a sudden the word got out and they trickled down and they found these places. So we're not talking, in the church sense, we're not talking about money. We're just talking about how it's built. These other businesses, we're talking about how things are built. It starts from somewhere, you have to understand, and it trickles down. That's how business operates, period. That's just how it operates. So, those naysayers out there, ignore what they're talking about, because chances are they didn't do a couple of things. They didn't do their homework on the product, and two, they didn't show. They showed a couple of people and they said, it isn't working for me. I quit. I'm done. Listen, if that was you, no offense. I swear, I don't mean to be offensive. But again, I'm playing Mythbuster today. You have to understand, this stuff does work. It does work. My household is now bringing in a side income, and I don't have to go to work to do that. I don't have to go to work. This is what I'm going to tell you what my work is. My work is... Uh-oh, wait, it's off. Oh, well, that was Facebook. I've been talking for too long. Okay, but this is the other work, though. It's not really work. I'm just sitting there watching ESPN. That's all I'm saying. Look, my wife and I have huge plans. Down the road, we tend to have this thing grow even more. So, please, if you like what I'm talking about, like button. If you're looking like, like button. And then go do the research. And then once you do the research, hover over the like button and hit the love button and then make a comment. I'm just saying, it's possible, guys. We're growing, and this is just our first year, and we're already at residual. There's nothing but great things to come from the Busby household. And, if you want to jump on, man, just give me an inbox. I'm not going to go clock in. I'm going to probably watch more ESPN and go wake my daughter up and just chill out for a minute. It's nice outside. We're probably going to go hang out or something. So I would say see you at work, but I'm not. So holla.